guys, this is Ace, back with another silly video. This time I'm looking at what it looks like a do-it-yourself build and race. And apparently this one is the best one out of the line. It definitely looked the better. Basically I was just out shopping and needed to do some groceries, and this was in our supermarket. And it seemed to be a paper cutout piece, and it basically becomes a race car. And it's pretty cool, you know. I mean, it's very cheap. It's 5 dirhams, which is what, a buck and a half? And so I thought, why not? It seems something simple, something fun. Let's have a look. Why not? And basically what you get in the end of it when you open it up are 4 cardboard pieces. So they're not paper. They are a lot thicker than paper. And I think this is probably going to make it a little bit more sturdier. And you can see all the pieces are numbered, so it should be fairly easy to put together. In addition to these pieces themselves, you also get 4 wheels. And this is one of the main reasons I actually got it, because, you know, they're very shiny. They're shit quality, honestly, really shit quality. I mean, if you look at the treads over here, they're really, I mean, from either from the heat or from age, things are coming out. They're not exactly in line, but, you know, what do you expect for like $1? But I'm happy. It's pretty shiny. It's pretty cool. And what it does seem to be is you get this little bit of a motor right there as well. It's not really a motor. It seems to be one of those things where, you know, you pull the car back and it'll go forward. One of those, but a do-it-yourself model kit. So let's start putting this thing together, shall we? Should be pretty easy build. Okay, and we are back. Alright, so basically what should have taken me about 10-15 minutes took me about, what, an hour? An hour and a half? The problem was that even though there are not that many parts and it's not exactly a difficult build, the instructions themselves were insanely difficult. It was literally, they had like 2 pictures overlaying on top of each other, and one was telling you what to do within the other one. I mean, I don't even understand. I literally had to stop and just build the whole thing again. Have a look at this. So you've got this picture here, for example. This is what you're building. So technically you're supposed to have this, but before you do any of this, you have to go in here. Look at this picture. You've got a whole bunch of pieces you have to put in there, and all these pieces in here. And once you do this, then you can do everything else. So it was a little bit difficult. I mean, they had 4 pictures for about 30-40 parts. So, you know, you had to use a little bit of brains on this one. Otherwise, in the end, it was okay, you know. I mean, halfway through, I just kind of said, okay, screw the instructions, and started building it from my own intelligence and whatever I could see would fit in properly. And, you know, overall, I think it looks okay. There's not that much detail, there's not that much articulation. I mean, forget all of that stuff. This is $1 worth of toy, you know, to put it together. But what I do like are all the stickers. They've really given a lot of detail in terms of, you know, like it is a proper NASCAR or some kind of a racing car. It does go fairly well together, not too well. There's a lot of parts that just don't fit in properly, as you can see over here. There are a lot of pieces that just jut out. I mean, I'm assuming this is supposed to be engine, but, you know, it's just a peg. It should have been a little bit wider. And over here was just very difficult. I mean, you had two pegs that are sticking out, and then on top of that, you have one inner piece which shows you the speakers. On top of that, you get the hood. On top of that, you get the engine plate and then the engine itself. So for two little tiny cardboard pegs, putting four pieces on, number one, they didn't even fit properly, so I've literally glued these pieces on. Not going to be opening that up again. But you know, the small details are pretty cool. I mean, inside you can see the seats, you've got the steering wheel, even a little bit of a cutout for the side view mirror. You know, small things like that. It's pretty cool. I mean, in the end, for what it's worth, it's done pretty well. I really cannot complain. The main gimmick of this toy is supposed to be that you pull it back and it'll fly out. Let's have a look to see if it works. Pull it back. I can see the motor working. Well, hey! Alright, so the main aim of this toy does work. So it does promise, it gives you everything, it's a do-it-yourself, so you do put it together. It's got a motor, so you can actually pull it back and it'll fly out. You know, I'm happy. Not much more you can expect. Alright guys, see you guys next time.